So now we're going to give you a little sneak peek of our client handbook.
What, we have one of those?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what it looks like. All right, so we are going to go through the client handbook, and we're just going to go through the table of contents this time. On the last podcast, we kind of went through some of the cool things about it and the disclaimers. I'm not doing that this time. So we're going to go directly to the table of contents. So as we mentioned last time, this is 153 pages long. This is insanely comprehensive. And, like you said, we need to do that thing where I never thought I'd have to say this before. Like when I started selling this handbook, I think it was 50 pages long. And I was pretty confident that it would not get any bigger. And now it's 3 times the size. And we have a supplement and we have the medical questionnaire. So like there is a lot in this. So we talked about the risk assessment, talked about the home safety checklist, non-cohabitating guardian policy, like who can I give access to? I'm going to generalize here, but like mom's on board with ABA but dad comes back into the picture and he's like, no, I want the records. And mom says, no, don't give him the records. Can you do that? Are you allowed to do that? So can you withhold? That's something you need to know. You can't just say, well, the mom said no, like you can't do that. And then we get into the client handbook itself. So what is ABA? What services do we provide? Transition and fading. What are the board guidelines? Informed consent. Pets and animals, aggressive behavior. We talked about etiquette, like not having as much control in the home, but like what if auntie and uncle, everything seems cool in the risk assessment, and then you find out auntie or uncle are babysitting and they're a little different than the parents, and maybe they are verbally aggressive or physically aggressive with people in the home. What do you do in that situation? So like these are things that you got to think about. Temperature control, right? Again, many funders, even if you are under the regulation of OSHA, you don't have to follow because you don't have enough employees. Many funders still require that you follow OSHA. So OSHA, one of those things is temperature control, smoking in the home, right? Like these are things that you have to consider. So again, don't buy this. It's okay. You won't hurt my feelings, but please think about doing these things and adding these things to your client handbook. Most funders require that you take satisfaction surveys every 6 months. So what is that? Do I have a client complaint procedure? How does that work? What do I do? We talked about the incident report. And then, we also have the clinic stuff. So how do you deal with allergies? What's the wellness policy? What happens if a child gets hurt? What do you do in medical emergencies? How do you deal with medications? And then we have our parent written and verbal warnings. Again, a parent participation piece is so important. What's the footwear policy? What do you do? Are you okay with muddy, snowy boots, or do they have to have indoor shoes? Having a 2-therapist policy in the clinic, super important. We get asked this question a lot about tours and visitors. How do we handle that? Is that a HIPAA issue or not? Like these are just things that you need to think about. And again, failure mode analysis can help you in this scenario. What are the things that we're missing? Here are the things we do. What do we need to have in place? So, this is a general idea of what we have. We have templates for all of these things. I say this all the time. You're not taking my word for it anymore. We work with over 1,000 ABA practices that use these handbooks. And trust me, they give me feedback. And if they're like, hey, this crazy thing happened, Stephen, I'm like, oh, wow, that was awesome, or not. And then we talk to our team, we create a policy, and then we distribute it to everybody in the free updates. And so like this is I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm going to say it is. This is the largest ABA collaboration in the United States.
I would say so. We've gotten that feedback from a lot of people. We have no like data to back it up,
No.
but I would say
I'm gonna say.
I would say that we are,
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
this is huge. Like I said, 1,000 ABA practices are using these handbooks. Some of them don't have all of them. Like I'm being completely honest, but our average customer has 3 of them. So you're going to get a lot of feedback and a lot of use. So yeah, I mean that's really it. Okay. So that's the handbook. And if you have any questions on the handbook, you would like to see more of it or any of the other handbooks, we have a free consult. So I do recommend you signing up for the free consult, just to have a little bit of peace of mind that you know what you're getting before you buy. So I would highly recommend signing up for the free consult just to see what they look like.